Who would you fight against?
Who would I fight in Team Iron Man? Who would I fight?
Yep.
Well, I'd probably want to aim low. You know, you don't want to fight Vision because he's gonna destroy you. I don't know. I think, you know, in order to survive, I'd probably take Black Widow just because at least she's human. You know, but from a character standpoint, probably Iron Man because our characters obviously have the most friction.
Hi, Angela Dawson, Front Row Features. My question actually is for all the actors. I wanted to ask you about doing that airport sequence and how that was for you, how many days it was, what was the most challenging part of that, and were you satisfied when you saw the finished product?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was hot. It's Atlanta in August, so I think everyone was toasty. And there's only a couple scenes where, you know, a couple shots where, you know, you might have that one 50-50 where everyone's running together, but for the most part, it's, you know, picks and pops, and you're just getting pieces. So it's a lot of waiting around, but you really have a confidence that this is going to be something special. You can see in Anthony and Joe's face and Kevin, these guys get so excited when these moments work. It's a meticulous process because it's such a grand scheme. So on the day, it's not as you know, cool and romantic as you think it would be, but there's an energy on set and an excitement that keeps you invested, knowing that it's going to be something epic.
Mark Hughes with Forbes. Paul, when you say, "I believe this belongs to you, Captain America," was that improvised, and how many other different lines? I mean, did you try out several different ways of saying that? Because that just seems so you and was such an amazing moment. And Jeremy, Kill the Messenger is amazing. I love the film. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you.
And that's exactly how you sounded delivering that line.
You did a better job than I did, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that was I think that was always in the script. I think this belongs to you. We sometimes would play around with lines and stuff while we're shooting it, and these guys would suggest things, and then sometimes we'd come up with things after the fact. One of the great things about having a mask is that if you think of a great joke afterward, you don't have to match it to anything, so you can add stuff even in ADR. But I think that was one that was always in there.
He's being modest. Paul is like one of the great improvisers that you could hope to work with, and it is true when you have the mask, and I think that was a great benefit to us in the post process. Again, in terms of modulating the tone in that section of the movie, but you know, we had like endless amounts of jokes that Anthony and our editor Jeff Ford and Kevin would sit in the edit room and laugh about for hours and try to figure out. It was not an easy task. Which one was funnier than the other, and he just gave us a wealth of material.
Standpoint of the group, because you know you were really excited. I mean, how excited were you to be able to meet everybody?
How I felt as far as being the fanboy of the group, that was not really, there was very little acting required in that scene from me. You know, they've all worked together and done this before. I've just seen the movies. I mean, I've seen all the Marvel movies, so to be there on the day, I kind of couldn't stop geeking out about it. And I thought, oh my God, there's the shield. And I thought, you know, there's that arm. You weren't looking. And I was just like wow, there was God dang, man. And so like that kind of thing, even when I was getting the suit on, you know, there's this area where we'd get changed and stuff, and it's like, oh, there's Iron Man's suit. Whoa, you know, and there they all are. I did feel that excitement of what? I can't believe that I landed here. This is nuts. So it was really cool.
My question is for Kevin and Joe. You got to introduce a lot of the bug-centric superheroes into the mix in this film, but we saw Ant-Man and Spider-Man, no Wasp. Can you explain the decision behind not bringing Evangeline Lilly into this film?
There were drafts where Wasp participated in the splash panel fight, the airport battle, and the truth is, you took away the fun of seeing her suit up for the first time, of seeing her on that road to being a hero. We experienced that with Ant-Man in his own movie. We experienced that with Spider-Man in many movies. And we have big plans, and we later announced the title of Paul's sequel, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp. So we have very big plans to unveil her in her own movie where she can be the entirety of the movie and not a moment in an action scene.
Kevin, I have a question for you because it's kind of hard as like an excited fan to like live in the moment of the movie because once you've seen it, you're like, oh my God, what's next, right? And I was wondering as the Marvel universe expands, like with some of the Netflix shows being considerably darker, having a different tone, do you feel that ripple effects are going to be felt from shows like that in the further cinematic universe?
They might be, but I think what I love is you're now seeing in the film medium, in the television medium, the reflection of what the comics have always been. There's always been that great, diversity of tone within the comics, and I love that we're seeing more and more of that on various screens.
So is that a yes?
That's a sure.